Okay, so it says find the value of x here. What we learned in the lesson on, what was it, Tuesday? Is that these two remote interior angles added up equal the exterior angle. So x plus 88 equals 125. So therefore, you could subtract 88 from 125 to get this angle. Or on this problem type on ALEKs, sometimes it gives you these two angles and you have to add them to find the exterior angle. So we'll just subtract 88 from 125 and x equals, I believe it's 37 degrees. So x here, 37 degrees, and that's all you do. And that one's on the test, as all of these are on the test, as I mentioned. Okay, then the next question over here. This we talked a little bit about in the last lesson as well. So it says that line L and M are parallel, and then it shows this triangle right here. It wants to know this angle. A good place to start with this is that alternate interior angles are congruent. So with the parallel lines and then this transversal, alternate interior angles are congruent, meaning this angle is equal to this one. So if this is 33 degrees, this is 33 degrees, and then these three angles make a straight line. So therefore they add to 180. So we can do 180 minus 33 minus 80, and it comes out to this number. Oh, I didn't realize it wasn't gray. Okay, another way you could see it, so there's always a lot of times more than one way to figure it out. You could have figured out this angle, just 180 minus 33 minus 80 equals this number, and then alternate interior angles are equal, so if this, whatever this number is, equals this. So just remember with this one, alternate interior angles are congruent, and then you can figure it out from there. Okay, then for this one, I noticed students kind of avoiding this one because it is a little bit more work. It is on the test though, so take your time with it and make sure that you got it down. It wants to know the measure of each of these angles. Remember, the angles of a triangle add up to 180. Angle S right here, it shows that little square, so this would be 90 degrees. So we can put that in and get that part right. And then what we need to do is solve for x, and then once we have x, we can plug it in to find the angles. So these three add to 180, so we can set it up like an equation. 90 plus 3x plus 28 plus 5x minus 10 equals 180 degrees. Then to solve for x, I'm going to combine my like terms. 90 plus 28, 118, minus 10, 108. So we got x equals 9. Important piece of the puzzle, but it's not the final answer. Now that we know x, we have to plug it back into the expressions. So measure of angle Q is 3x plus 28. So do 3 times 9 plus 28. And that comes out to 55. So 55 degrees for angle Q. Then for R, we're going to do the same thing. Measure of angle R equals 5x minus 10. So 5 times 9 minus 10, 35 degrees. And then you could also just check to make sure these add to 180. And that. Then also, if you wanted to, instead of like solving this expression, you could have done 180 minus 90 minus 55 and gotten that last angle too. Okay, then over here, this actually segues into what we're learning today. It says the triangles below are congruent, and what we'll learn today is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So if you have congruent triangles, then all their angles are congruent and all their sides are congruent. And over here, we're essentially just matching the congruent sides and angles. So here it says angle A is congruent to what? Well, I see angle A here has 2 little lines, so that matches with Z that has 2 little lines. And then angle B right here has 1 little arc, that matches with X. And angle C has 3 marks, so that matches with Y that has 3 marks. Yeah. And then for the segments, the same thing. A, B is the first one they list. It has 3 marks, so that matches the one with 3 marks over here, X, Z. And then AC has 1 little mark, so that matches YZ. And then BC has 2 marks, so that matches YX. And then the last part, it wants us to make a congruent statement. With the congruent statement, everything has to be in the same order. So angle C matches Y, so Y has to be the first letter. Then angle A matches Z, and then B matches X, like that. So everything has to be in the same order. And then when you do that, all the segments will also match. So like the first 2 letters here, CA, that'll match segment YZ, and if we look over here, it does. Or the last 2 letters AB match ZX, and yeah, it works. So we'll be learning that today. But, yeah. Okay, so leave this out so I can give you credit for it, and then while I do that, just start your notes like this at the top. So just write that down.